Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I do all kinds of motherhood vlogs, lifestyle videos, but I also talk to you guys about my budgets and my goals. So what today's video is going to be is a little mid-year check-in on our 2024 goals. I have been trying to film this with Ben for weeks now, and we just like can't connect. And on the weekends when we have time and lighting, we just want to be doing other things versus sitting down and filming a video. So I'm just going to film this by myself. Hope you guys don't mind, in the same place that I always am. Why is my phone going off? With laundry in the background, because that's how my life is right now. My sister-in-law is watching the baby, Ivers. So let's just go through this. I will, you know what? Why don't I screen record this? You guys can kind of see what I'm looking at. We use, well, Ben mostly uses Notion for like planning and food lists and all that kind of stuff. So he did everything in here. Let's get going. So this is our little 2024 planning document. So I'll go through everything and kind of explain where we're at. If you already watched our video earlier in the year, you might remember some of these if you remember all of my goals. But for health and well-being, I wanted to improve my relationship with food and body, which I was doing the Food Freedom program, which I did finish, and I also did a different program, but I haven't really finished that. And one of the biggest things that was helpful for me was going on anxiety medication. That has really helped me with just my overall like mental health, which I feel like kind of feeds into all of this stuff. But I do think the Food Freedom plan was definitely worth it, and I'm glad that I did it. I do wish it would have ended differently than it did. It kind of just like stopped and it just kind of felt weird the way that it ended, but otherwise I really enjoyed the program. For physical health, I wanted to do Pilates and working out. We did Pilates and home workouts, which I am currently doing. I'm currently on a break through August. I had also signed up for Lifetime, which is a really nice gym here in the Schaumburg area, but it's super expensive and it was so busy all the time. And the Pilates membership was like more money on top of it. So it was just, I did it for a little bit and then we ended up canceling it and I did the Pilates studio instead. Then as far as my stomach, skin, thyroid, inflammation, all that stuff, we had decided that I was going to try a different practitioner at Whole Health, which is the practice that I've gone to for years, and switch my thyroid medication, which I did. However, I just found out a couple weeks ago that my doctor at Whole Health is now leaving the practice. So we have, both Ben and I actually have a doctor appointment with a new doctor at Whole Health. And if we don't like her, I might follow my doctor to her new practice, but that wouldn't be covered by insurance. So that would kind of suck. So anyways, that is where we're at with that. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Again, I feel like cutting out eggs really helped with my stomach and inflammation issues. And then the skin issues, I have these like rashes under my arms that like never go away. I've had them for years and nobody can tell me what they are. Nobody still can tell me what they are. The only thing is that both Ben and I tested for high levels of mold toxicity. So we actually just got some testing equipment to test this house. We don't know if we got the mold from this house, Raleigh, or our previous house. All three houses have shown signs of water damage, so we're not really sure. We're gonna test this house as best as we can. As a rental, it's a little bit harder to do that. And if it shows high levels of mold, we might have to move sooner rather than later, which is really hard here because rent is so expensive. So it would be hard to find a house to rent that's actually less than what we pay now. And we already pay $2,500 a month. So that's a little bit stressful. The mold could be part of the inflammation, inability to lose weight, and heart palpitations, skin issues that I've been having, and some of the like anxiety, mental health stuff that Ben has been dealing with, along with physical health stuff. So the doctor that we're meeting with is a mold specialist. So we're gonna see, hopefully she can be helpful. Yeah, I just wanna feel healthier all around. more energy. I don't think I'm there yet, but I think I'm getting closer. So that's good. As far as healing / trauma, like mental health, working with Kelsey is my current therapist who I love. Food freedom program I did already. Ben really wants me to see a somatic work practitioner. So we just haven't found one yet. Ben sees a somatic practitioner, but I'm not gonna like see the same one as him. So we need to figure out if I'm gonna do that or not. And then one thing that's not on here, but that I did, was anxiety medication, which has definitely been helpful. I did a video on my anxiety a bit ago, so I'll link it in the cards for you to watch if you'd like, but I am planning to do like a follow-up on if anxiety medication has helped me or not in a couple of months. I want to wait. I think I've only been on it for 3 months maybe, so I want to just wait a little bit longer, but so far so great. Feels really good. And then as far as community, I was in an online group, but I did end up canceling it. I wanted to do more stuff with my sister-in-law, which I feel like we kind of do, but I'm not really doing stuff with her by myself. Local community has been hard. That is not something that I'm good at. Like going out and making friends by myself is just like not something I'm good at. I feel like I've reached out to a couple people here and there, but they already have like their friendships and stuff formed. So it's just like not been as easy to like get in with like old friends. I'm super shy actually in person. I'm very outgoing once I know people, but to go to like something by myself makes me really anxious. So that's just like really hard for me to do. So I'm not really doing anything with community. Ben and I had wanted to do a little bit more with that, so we'll see if we do better the rest of the year. And then as far as Ben's stuff, I'm not going to go in it super deeply because he's not here, but nervous system health, he is doing somatic therapy, and Marina's community, he actually was in it for a while, but then he quit that. He is seeing a new doctor. We got blood work done, so we know that he has mold toxicity and a couple other things. And then he wanted to start doing walking and Qigong and yoga. He hasn't really been doing that yet, but hopefully second part of the year he will be. And then he's also, like I said, he's seeing a new doctor, so that'll help with his overall physical and mental health as well. And then what are our focuses as a family? How will we implement these? Getting out of the house and into nature as a family. I feel like we did really well with this in the spring, but once summer hit, it's been pretty hot and humid here that we weren't anticipating. We've kind of not been as good at it as we were in the beginning of the year. So I would say up through May, we were taking walks every day, which I think is great. We just haven't been as good about it like in June and July. Weekend trips. Unfortunately, Ben still can't drive very long distances with his like panic stuff from last year, so we haven't done any of these, which really sucks because I am feeling very tied up but I don't really want to go on any of these things by myself. So we haven't been to Wisconsin to see his family, to see my family. We're probably not going to this year. As far as other weekend trips, that's not happening either, so it's just been a little bit sucky for that for sure. Healthy meals for Ivy. I feel like we're doing okay at this, but we're not doing great. She's eating a lot of the same stuff we're eating. Definitely could work on being better at this, especially vegetables. She is just like not good with vegetables. And then Ben has been interested in like looking into MDMA assisted therapy. I don't know enough about this one to look into it, and it's not something he's going to be doing anytime soon, but it's on the list. As far as relationship and connections, intentional connection, we talked about date nights and coffee dates. We usually do one of those a month, so we've been pretty good with that. We have not been doing our daily check-ins. Therapy, we have been doing one time a month for couples therapy, getting out of the house to do things together, practicing sign language with Ivy, local community stuff, library and park district programs. We haven't really done a ton of that. We have kind of connected with a few friends around here, but not really. Noticing when we're resisting getting too tied down, I feel like we're still doing that. And then mommy-daughter groups, I have not done any of that stuff yet. And then, is there any space online that we want to find connection in? Ben was in a community for a while, and then I was in 2 communities for a while, and then my YouTube channel. So I feel like we're kind of doing that. And then vocation and income, I feel like this is the big one. Some of these questions, Ben just loves writing like journaling prompts, so we didn't really go into all of them, but we need to be more intentional with food, getting food out. Do I need this Starbucks? Do I need this whatever? Going grocery shopping. We wanted to just like chill on spontaneous spending, and I feel like we do that for the most part. I think now with the farmers market, Ben is buying a lot more like kind of overpriced groceries because he wants to support local stuff, which is amazing, but that is kind of hitting our grocery budget a little bit hard, so we're kind of having to be conscientious of that right now. So I would say that we're not doing spectacular at this one. As far as savings, we hit our savings goal. We surpassed our savings goal in April. Our savings goal for the end of the year was 15 grand, and we have over 25 grand in savings, so that is great. We did update this in April saying that we still want to try to put $300 to $500 a month into savings if possible. So we've been doing that pretty much every month. Paying off loans, this is just not something we're going to focus on this year. So at this point, we're just focusing on building our savings. And then contributing to 401k. One of you asks about this in almost all of my budgeting videos. And let me just say, I bring it up to Ben all the time. He has some sort of weird, he just like doesn't want to do it. I think because we have had to pull into our 401ks, both of us, before to like get us out of a hard place. So he just doesn't want us to do that again. I don't think he's like thinking about things long term. So he had said he was going to look at it once he got his promotion. That was, I think his promotion technically was fully started June 1st. So I'll be bugging him about that as well. I would really like that to be done by the end of the year so that he's at least putting in a little bit, that we're getting like anything from the company based on that. So we'll see. But I think another thing is we like really need his income, and we're going to be losing a little bit of income at the end of this year. Like my income kind of goes up and down unless I get another job or something like that. It's really hard. Moving back to Illinois was not a great financial decision for us. It's proving to be harder than I think we thought it was going to. I think we had hoped by the time we hit a year here that things would be a little bit better financially, and our finances are in a good place. At the end of the year, we're losing about $800 in monthly income. If I ever wanted to like stop working or something like that, I can't do that if we live in Illinois. And if for some reason like my writing job ever doesn't need me anymore, we're screwed. So that's why we've really been putting money into savings. But I think the long-term goal is to move somewhere less expensive. Like best case scenario, I wouldn't have to work so that I can just mom versus having to work and then have people come watch Ivy while I work. So I'm not really sure. Best case scenario for me is I would love to make income off of my YouTube channel and social media at some point, but we're just like not there yet. And it's something that I've wanted for years, and it just like hasn't happened for me yet. And I'm not saying that it won't. I hope it does, but it's not something I can like depend on happening, you know? Like some people make it big with YouTube or TikTok or whatever really quickly, and that's just like hasn't happened for me, and that's okay. I still love doing this, but it would definitely be helpful if I was making an income from it, but that's just not where we're at yet. So like best case scenario, if I was making some sort of income off of this so that I didn't have to work for another company or something like that, that would be great. But again, we're not there yet. And then there's like the things about like buying a house at some point or renting somewhere else. And yeah, we're really struggling with that because moving out of Illinois isn't that helpful. So unless we move back to like Raleigh or we move to a different state that's cheaper, but like Wisconsin and Illinois, it's not cheap to rent or to buy. I don't know what we're gonna do. But then if we move back to Raleigh, then I can't work because we don't have anybody to watch Ivy. So, and we're not gonna like use the little bit of income that I have to get a babysitter or go to daycare or something like that. That literally wouldn't make sense. And I really don't want to work full-time again. I don't know. We're kind of at a standstill with all this stuff. It's really kind of stressful. I'm like glad we moved back because it's been nice to be around like Ben's family and get help and things like that. And we definitely needed it when Ben's health wasn't in a good spot, but financially, worst decision we ever made. Moving back to big ticket items, a few things that we bought. Food freedom course. Ben needed a tablet that he literally never uses, so that's annoying. And then I wanted to get a ring. I sent it back actually and got refunded on it. So I think I'm gonna wait a little bit. I think I was like trying to force it to get it by my anniversary, and then I got one and it wasn't what I wanted and whatever, so I returned it. So I think I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer on it and like wait until I find a ring that I really like and then go forward with it versus like trying to find one right now. And for those of you that don't know, I'm not wearing my engagement ring right now, but I don't have a wedding ring because we couldn't afford one when we got married. So it's something I would like to get at some point. And then we would like to get a new mattress at some point. Our mattress is almost 8 years old, so that's something we might look into. And I would like to get Invisalign at some point because my teeth are very crooked on the bottom and they've always been just something that makes me self-conscious. So, but that's just not something we're gonna do this year. As far as work, stay consistent with 3 blogs a week. For the most part, I've been doing that. I've cut down a little bit to 2 blogs a week right now, but we'll probably be going back up to 3 blogs a week if I can get Ben's mom to come and help a little bit more. And then Ben got a promotion, so he has that crossed out because he did that. And then passion projects we're working on. I have YouTube, which I'm still doing, and writing again, which I have not been doing. So I would like to do better at that. And Ben wants to start creating again. So those are our goals and what kind of we were looking at for 2024. I feel like we're in a pretty good place. We haven't like finished all of our goals, but it's only July, so we have plenty more time to figure that stuff out. I think for me, I really want to continue working on my physical health, my weight management, my apparently the mold stuff, looking into that, figuring out this money stuff so that by the end of the year we're not like scrambling when we lose part of our income. So anyways, that is a look at where our goals are for the year. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I know it was kind of me just like blurting out everything on my mind, so I hope that you enjoyed that, but I will see you in the next video and thanks so much for watching.